Good evening, everyone. Welcome in to the virtual Talladega Superspeedway for tonight's production on the Ghost Racing Network. Tonight we've got some Jimmy Crow money racing for you. The Dash for the Cash series makes yet another stop at Talladega Superspeedway, and I am excited. Qualifying going on the racetrack right about now, 4.5 minutes until we set our field here for this 33-lap money race tonight. Straight up, sprint race. No fast repairs tonight. It's the big story. It's a new change. These guys are going to have to be really careful, but also still, track position is king. And we saw it the other night. If you tuned in for PGR from Talladega, you saw guys having to manage their runs, manage what moves they made because of the fast repair situation. Well, tonight, it's just the one truck, and so you're really going to have to pick and choose your battles, and we're going to see how intense these guys decide to get. My name is Dawson Wise. If you don't know me yet, get used to it. I've been enjoying this. I called PGR on Thursday night, if you were there for that. What a great race that was. And another congratulations to Andrew Navarro on that big win after he won the LCQ race as well. So he was expected to be in the field tonight. I don't know if we have him yet, but expect to see some of him maybe a little bit later on. A lot of the big hitters are here, though. As you see your times flashing across the left side of the screen on that big scoring tower, you can already see some of the bigger names in money racing have made the trip to Talladega. They know what's on the line tonight. They know how big a race Dash for the Cash can be. And boy, what a great field we've got tonight. We'll get to meet some of those guys a little bit later on when we get our grid here in about 3 minutes. But as we wait for that, I do say once again, welcome in, everyone. It will be 33 laps from Talladega tonight. The payouts we'll get to in a little bit based on how many entries we have. But we are pretty close to the 25 entry cutoff for a full payout tonight. So great field. Really great field. Really great to see these guys out here on a Sunday night. I'm happy to be out here on a Sunday night, and I hope you are too. Glad to have you if you are in the audience this evening, as we are about 2.5 minutes from getting it going here on a Sunday night. Looking through some names here. One name I do want to talk about just briefly is Timothy Summers. That's not a name I've seen before. So he's going to take the fight to the big dogs tonight. Good to see him out here. He's on 13th on the charts as we run. And right as I said we weren't going to have him, he actually has flashed across my screen. Andrew Navarro is in attendance tonight, so your PGR winner is back for more once again here on a Sunday night for some Jimmy Crow money racing. Christian Martinez is here. Good to see some new names in the field. Some of the usuals, though, we'll get to here in just a moment when we get our starting grid on the racetrack. So we are closing in on 25 entries. May have just crossed that, actually, as we look at it here. I am so excited. Everybody out there in the chat, make sure to cheer tonight. Please, make yourself heard, make yourself known. I always encourage people to be vocal tonight. Let the drivers know you're supporting what they're doing, supporting the show they're putting on. If you're rooting for somebody, let them know. And the drivers love to see that. I know I love to see that when I'm racing. So please, make it known tonight as we get ready to go racing. 90 seconds until we are on the grid for Dash for the Cash. It'll be 33 laps from Talladega Superspeedway. Why don't you take a brief look at your weather while we're waiting? We do have just a second. The track temp tonight is pretty similar to the air temp. It's about 75 degrees, so expect to see hard pushes. Not a lot of temperature issues going on the racetrack tonight, so the third line should be able to get going and stay rolling. But then again, it also helps the bottom continue to roll and not stack up due to heat in the engine. So it's going to really make this one interesting. I love this racetrack. I love this draft package on the trucks. This has been excellent racing the last few weeks. PGR was a great show, like I talked about on Thursday night. So hopefully we can continue the momentum here as we are closing in. Looks like we've got all of our qualifying laps that are going to go on the racetrack. Here, I don't see anybody else on track, so... Oh, there is one. Sorry. Andrew Navarro still running his lap, so we'll wait for the 42. But then our grid will be set, and we'll be ready to go racing here in just one moment. I did mention it is a double feature for Ghost Racing Network tonight. We got some Dash for the Cash coming up here in just a second. But after that, at about 9 p.m. Eastern, right back here on the Ghost Racing Network, right where you are right now, there's going to be a second stream. It's already scheduled if you want to go take a look. The NSRA Sunday Select Series takes them to Talladega as well. They'll be coming up in about an hour and a half, and I'll be on the call for that race as well. I'll talk a little bit more about that at the end of tonight's broadcast, this first broadcast, but a great double feature going on. And here we go. We're going to get these guys onto the grid here. You see it flash across the top of your screen. We'll also get a look at it here just briefly. So in case you don't want to try to read the ticker flashing across your screen, we will go ahead and get you a decent look at the grid otherwise. On the pole is NBG Motorsports driver Alex Hill, who has made the trip to the dash for the cash tonight. To his outside, the first of a few Dale Cup trucks in the field tonight with Zachary Lima. Starting third will be your PGR winner from last weekend, Andrew Navarro. To his outside will be Steve Karosik, another Dale Cup truck. Speaking of Dale Cup, Gabe Butler will roll from 5th position tonight with Kenny McCullough to his outside in position number 6. Cody Nagels for NBG rolls from 7th with Josh McCullough in position number 8. Jason Maines, the only Maines truck I saw in the field tonight, I believe, he'll roll from 9th. Bobby Forbes will roll from his outside, completing your top 10. Going back a little bit further, Ryan Bass will roll from 11th with Blake Hutchinson to his outside in the 25. Michael Menchaca will roll from 23rd this evening as Alex Hill gets on the grid. Starting 14th will be Timothy Summers in the 23. Jeremy Osborne for Blind Squirrel will roll from 15th. Dylan Jones. So I lied. There is a second Maines truck. He'll roll from 16th. David Werner will start from 17th. To his outside is John Ward in the 92. Noah Terpak will roll from 19th. And Aubrey Thompson rounds out your top 20 this evening. We'll get to the rest of the field. 4 more trucks. Joey Allen in the 17 will roll from the inside of row 11 with Alejandro Montes de Aca to his outside. And rounding out your field this evening, Tucker McClendon in the 27. Christian Martinez in the 1. So, we are primed and ready to go. I hope you are, because I sure am. Dash for the Cash Racing getting onto the racetrack tonight as we wait for these guys to roll off the grid. It'll be 33 laps once we go green. We do have some green-white checkers at the end if we need them. These guys will have to pit tonight. The window will open pretty early. About 10 or 15 laps in, you'll see some guys start to make pit stops. So we'll see how pit strategy comes into effect tonight. Obviously, with some formal money racing teams in the field, expect to see some team games being played on those pit stops, but overall, it's going to be a great one as the field starts to tighten its way up around this 2.66-mile racetrack. What a venue Talladega Superspeedway is for money racing tonight. As these guys get ready to go. And how about the storylines up front? I mean, so obviously you had Alex Hill. He had to miss PGR on Thursday. He's right back to it. You have our defending winner of PGR starting right behind him. The Dale Cup trucks are here. They're starting on the outside of the first 2 rows, so expect them to be dominant and up front. Cody Nagels is on a good run, as is Gabe Butler. They start up here. The McCullough boys a little further back. You know they're not going to go quietly tonight. Jason Maines, a PGR winner from a couple of weeks ago. He's in the field. So many storylines, so many past winners. This is a really, really great field. This is a talented group of about 25 race trucks that are about to take to the racetrack tonight. I am excited, and I hope you guys are as well. Warming up their tires in turns number 3 and 4 as we get ready to roll and get these guys up to speed. These guys are rearing to go for another evening of money racing, especially with the field that we have. It's going to be almost a full payout. About $120, I believe, to our race winner tonight if it scales down the way I think it's going to scale down. So good payouts for a Sunday night winner. And these guys are ready to get it going. Pace car takes the first hard left underneath the yellow line, leaves the field in the hands of NBG Motorsports' Alex Hill. So we get on into the try over the long crawl into that restart zone as these guys, they are itching to get racing. And here we go. Thank you for tuning in, everybody. Jimmy Crow's dash for the cash at Talladega. Green flag is going to go in the air for the first time. It is seen by Alex Hill, and away we go. Decent start by the Dale Cup boys up top. They don't have a ton of help, though, so their run will fizzle just a bit as the inside line gets going. In the way of Alex Hill, Andrew Navarro, and Gabe Butler. Kenny McCullough immediately jumps ship. He says, I'm bailing. I'm going to the bottom. Same with Cody Nagels. They have hung the Dale Cup boys out to dry. Cody coming to their aid, but it's still all Alex Hill down the back straightaway. Pushed by Andrew Navarro in the 42. Cody coming to the aid of the Dale Cup trucks up top. A little bit of a split back there towards Josh McCullough in the 05. As they roll through 3 and 4, off onto the front stretch for the first time. The field a little bit split. Into the tri-oval here for the first time. Still all Alex Hill, about a 8 truck breakaway up front. Nobody's able to really get much going behind them. Back around Jason Maines. He is pulled forward to 9th, but really just no organization behind him. So these front 8 have been able to just drive away and kind of put about a 6 truck length, maybe make it 8 now, truck length gap between themselves and this what has become a second pack led by Jason Maines, Ryan Baste, and Michael Menchaca in the National Guard number 4 machine. Now they start to get singled out a little bit, so they will catch this draft here momentarily, but almost disaster as the front 8 trucks are almost allowed to drive away uncontested. As new leader up front, Zach Lima drops across the 77 of Hill, leaves Karosik and Cody Nagels to kind of fend for themselves. 2 trucks not very effective on the second line of the racetrack unless you have some guys that really know what they're doing. Now Gabe Butler goes up from bottom to middle behind Cody Nagels. He takes the run. So it's 3 by 3 in each lane. Kenny McCullough, Josh McCullough watching on. Jason Maines has closed in on this battle. He's about 3 truck lengths back now, with help from Ryan Baste for OSM a little further back. So watch for Jason Maines. They're singled out pretty much behind the leaders. I did say they would have to make a pit stop and expect it to be maybe not early, but certainly I don't think we're going to see many guys run it out. When the first group pits, I think you're going to see a lot of guys pit, and it's not going to take too terribly long till the window opens. So be watching for that as well. Still 2 by 2 up front. Zach Lima gets clear. Let's see if he takes it in front of his teammate. He does not. Leaves Karosik to lead the middle. Jason just hanging out, about 9th place right now. Biding his time. Karosik may lead this lap at the line. Yes, he does. New leader, the 14 at the line. As looking a little further back, Kenny and Josh McCullough have gotten into this battle a little closer. Kenny was kind of managing the gap. Now he says, all right, I'm gonna creep up there a little bit, see what we got going on. He's going to pull in behind Andrew Navarro. But the top line is the place to be right now. Karosik, Nagels, Butler, they are rolling. And a little further back, Bobby Forbes has some help from the 25 of Blake Hutchinson. So expect them to begin rolling just a little bit as well. In fact, they are. They're even with Jason Maines for 9th. So beware, a second line going to start to come to fruition here. Let's see if they actually take it 3 when they get there. I don't think so. They're not quite together enough. So 2 by 2 up front, lap 4 on the board, about to be lap number 5. Here we go, 3 wide. John Ward, the 92 from McCullough Motorsports. David Warner, Noah Terpak, the 3 trucks I see up against the wall. They're going to have some help, I believe, from Alejandro Montes de Aca, who I have been informed is another OSM truck in the field tonight, a teammate for Ryan Baste. Here comes the third line. It's trucking. John Ward up against the wall. He's even with Hutchinson. He's going to be even with Bobby Forbes here about halfway down the back straightaway. The leaders will have to respect this third line because it is rolling in a hurry. John Ward, he wants to lead. He's going to get it, I think. He's going to get pretty close. He's definitely going to clear to the middle. Let's see if he takes it. He does. Karosik went to the bottom, allowing the middle to open up for John Ward, the 92. That leaves the third lane for David Warner, Noah Terpak, and Alejandro Montes de Aca. Steve goes middle. Ward goes top. Back up in front of David Warner goes the 92. So no more Mr. Nice Guy for John Ward here on lap number 5, as he will poke his nose out front just briefly at the start-finish line. Off into turn number 1. 3 by 3, about 4 rows deep, as more trucks starting to join the party a little bit further back. There's Montes de Aca, good view of that. White and red machine, 4th on the outside line. Bobby Forbes is behind Alex Hill now in the middle. Cody Nagels was the leader for a second. Now Ward's going to poke his nose out front. Let's see if he can get clear. What a push by David Warner. And nope, he started to take it. Not quite. Steve able to keep that truck just pinned on the left side door of John Ward, keeping him stuck up against that wall, rim riding. Trying to get clear. Bottom has kind of fizzled a little bit. Now John Ward to the race lead in the tri-oval. He goes across Steve. He goes all the way to the bottom. New leader, the 92 of John Ward. He started to straddle up just a little bit. Had to kind of corral that truck in the middle of the tri-oval. It's going to allow Steve and David Warner to jump in front of him just briefly. Warner pokes his nose out, but now Ward goes right back to the race lead. 3 by 3 still. 3 rows deep. Going to make it 4 as Navarro tries to get his way back into this battle. In fact, I think Navarro is going the opposite direction. He doesn't like what he sees in the front of this field. The new driver I'm seeing up front is Timothy Summers, 23 truck. Fourth in line on the inside behind Zach Lima now, as he has pulled his way to the front of the field. A lot of guys have backed out of this. Aubrey Thompson, Ryan Bass, Jeremy Osborne, looking a little bit further back at these guys. They've kind of just drifted a little bit off this first pack. I don't think they like what they're seeing, so they've decided to take their time, ride, save their truck. Like I said, no fast repairs tonight. So it's all one truck. You have the one truck you brought to the racetrack and got off the hauler, and that is it. An interesting twist to money racing, where typically you'll see a fast repair. That's part of what emboldens the guys that run up front to run as aggressive as they do. And granted, they've done so tonight, but at the same time, I don't think it's quite as ramped up as we usually see it. So as we go 2 wide, 4 rows back, Alejandro Montes de Oca's gotten his way into the top 10 in the 69. Timothy Summers kind of just riding behind Lima, content to ride right there. Bobby Forbes, Aubrey Thompson, another pretty big run to the middle line a little further back. That maroon and white number 5 machine coming towards the front now. But up front, it's all Dale Cup and Steve Karosik, Gabe Butler lead both lines here. And everybody just kind of content to ride. They know a pit stop is coming at some point in this event. So for now, just content, save the truck. Now that these guys are out front, some of these bigger guys, they run around each other enough to know, let's just keep it calm. It's kind of assumed. We're not going to do anything bold or brash. Now, guys a little further back, obviously wanting to make a name for themselves, drive their way to the front. The only way to do that is to go through these leaders. So expect some guys to start making their way up. Maybe not. We're actually falling to the bottom. We may be getting ready to open the pit stop window pretty quickly here. As we come off turn number 4, it'll be 24 laps to go when we see the start-finish line again. Gabe Butler's going to poke his nose out here just for a second, but it will be all Steve Karosik to lead the lap once again, as lap 10 goes on the board here at Talladega, flying through this event so far. 10 of 33 down, and 24 left to go. Still a lot to happen. We saw in a 40-lap PGR race on Thursday, 8 cautions in what ended up being a total of about 47 laps of racing. So a lot still to happen, clearly, as we used 2 of our 3 green-white checkered attempts in that race. So these guys just kind of riding around, much like the Cup Series drivers did last night. If you watched any of that Daytona regular season finale, what a race that was. But you saw them do a little bit of this. Ride around, save the car, truck in this case, and just bide your time. Well, David Warner and Noah Trapak said, no biding time for me. We're going to go right up to the wall, try to get something going. Unfortunately, nobody goes with them, so their run fizzles out just a little. They're going to have to wait for a third truck here to help them out. That is the rule if you're going to run quick lap times. If you're going to get the third line working, you need at least 3 trucks up there. You need a lead truck, a pushing truck, and a third. You get all 3 of those things, you can roll if you have the right people, and obviously if you have the temps to do it. Temp's not an issue yet here tonight. Like I said, cool track temp for these guys. So no major issues, at least as we run right now when it comes to temps. These guys have been able to push pretty hard. I don't think they're pushing very hard, but they can if they choose. John Ward and Alex Hill certainly are. Here we go. Now a third truck goes to the outside. It's Alejandro Montes de Oca for OSM. So 3 trucks now on the outside. They're going to be even with Alex Hill by the time we get to the backstretch, because the middle line, that kills their momentum. Steve sees it, comes up, tries to help Gabe Butler and Alex Hill kind of pull that line, but oh boy, here we go. Big run out of the 69 of Alejandro Montes de Oca, new leader. How about the 69 truck? Let's see if he clears across the middle. He does. Power move by the 69, goes all the way to the bottom in front of Ward. Ward has to check up just a little and stacks up that line. But regardless, a bold move to the lead by Alejandro to put that truck solely out front for OSM. No teammates either. That was the 15 and the 51. That was not his OSM teammate that was helping him out. Ryan Bass a little further back in the field, just kind of riding around for now, but oh, his help has fizzled out. So all of a sudden they shuffle him. Steve back to the lead. Gabe Butler, Alex Hill on the top side for the time being. Now Cody makes the move to the outside along with Zach Lima. So middle line going to roll right here off of turn number 2, assuming they have the good enough push. And that they do. Gabe Butler roaring towards the lead here. 21 laps to go, getting closer and closer to that inevitable pit stop that we're going to see cycle out. As Butler pokes his nose out front, a great push from Alex Hill, no surprise. Hill, one of the better pushers in the field for this race. And he is all over the back bumper of that Guinness machine up top. On the bottom, though, Montez Diaca doing a pretty good job of keeping Steve even. Now, though, I think it's going to be just a little too much as Hill is going to push Butler clear. Gabe Butler to the race lead and drops across. That's going to allow Alex Hill to cool off, at least for a couple of laps here. 3 trucks still up top, Hill, Nagels, and Lima. So they will still have a bit of a run if they so choose to push here. Let's see if Cody's got the temps to do it. He does. He's going to push Alex Hill almost clear. It's going to be awfully close. Lima just a tad bit off the 6. Here goes the 15 of Warner and the 51 of Terpak to the top yet again. Nothing doing there, so the lines will stay even. A little further back while we have a moment to catch our breath before a lead change happens here, inevitably off of turn number 4. And it is going to happen. Alex Hill officially to the race lead now in the 77. He drops down across the 88's nose. So Alex Hill will lead his first lap of the night as we cross here to put lap number 15 of 33 on the board. No cautions yet to this point. Everybody but 4 trucks, maybe a few more single file a little further back. Everybody kind of just riding around the yellow line. Now Warner and Terpak actually going to tuck into the middle line, so that may allow Cody to go to the lead right here. It will. Cody Nagels to the race lead. See if he gets it in front of his teammate Alex Hill right here. Nope. Instead, Warner and Terpak going to stall that middle line and go all the way to the wall. I'm not sure what they're trying to go with. Oh boy, Nagels drops to the bottom. That's going to stall Zach Lima. He's going to need some help here to stay up front. As Cody Nagels dropped across the nose of his MBG teammate Alex Hill, Gabe Butler gives Zach Lima a chance to get in line. That separates the line further back. As to the outside, I saw go Dylan Jones and Andrew Navarro and Jason Maines. Here they come to the front. They decided enough is enough. They're going to try to get some track position before we pit here. As the stack up just gave them an excuse to jump out of line and head towards the front of this field. They're going to have to go through Noah Terpak and David Warner to get there, though, but let's see if they don't split them here. We'll keep it right here just for a second. Nope, they're going to stay in line, stay in line, stay in line. Now they may go for it, and they do. Dylan Jones to the middle. Bobby Forbes is tagged on. Warner may try to block this. I don't think it's wise. Here comes Dylan Jones. A big head of steam for the 11, the 42, and the 1. As they make their way towards the front of this field. Here we go. Pit stops underway with 18 laps to go, and this is a lot of trucks. Nagels, Hill, Lima, Butler, Karosik, Montez Diaca, and Butler hit on pit road. Oh, a scary moment there. John Ward, Josh McCullough, Kenny McCullough, Ryan Baste, Aubrey Thompson, Blake Hutchinson, Tucker McClendon, Jeremy Osborne, and several others are in for pit stops. That leaves Dylan Jones, Andrew Navarro, Jason Maines, Timothy Summers, Bobby Forbes, David Warner, Noah Terpak, Joey Allen on the racetrack to answer. So a response now needed out of these drivers. They saw those guys pit. They know how much time they're going to gain if these guys stay out on the racetrack. So I'd imagine these guys are going to come to pit road here as we come off turn 4 as we cycle towards the start-finish line. Here they come. Jones, Navarro, Maines, it's everyone except David Warner and Noah Terpak. So keep an eye on those two as they stayed out on the racetrack. 16 laps to go for them as they cross the line. Here is the group that is blended off pit road, led by Nagels and Hill, the MBG teammates. Lima is third in this group, and then the Dale Cup teammates of Karosik and Gabe Butler are 4th and 5th. So we'll see how they roll. They actually pulled a big gap on Ward and the McCulloughs and Ryan Baste. So we'll see. I don't know. I think they've got the draft now, so may not have to worry about it. Navarro, Jones, Maines, that group coming off pit road right now. They've just come out of pit road past the start-finish line. Meanwhile, Warner and Terpak will take one more look at them as they are going to make their pit stops right here, I believe. And they do. Here's the Navarro-Jones Maines group. You heard in the background. I don't know if they're going to beat this group out. Oh, boy, they're coming in a hurry. Let's see. They got to get hooked up immediately. Here comes that group led by Cody Nagels, that first group to hit pit road. They're going to get to them. Now let's see what they do. Do they go to the outside? Yep, they got too much speed. Head of steam. Here comes Nagels. And that first group is going to bypass Navarro, Jones, and Maines for the race lead. Let's see if they can at least blend on the bottom. I think they can. So an excellent job by that group to at least blend with these first 5 trucks and maintain a view of the leaders. So with 15 laps to go, as you saw the field bypass the Warner and Terpac machines right there. 15 laps to go, we reset the field. Nagels, Hill, Lima, Karosik, and then Navarro has actually shuffled Gabe Butler out. Lima's going to go up there and get him. Karosik might follow him. He will not. So we'll let these guys get singled out and then reset it once again. Obviously some different interest in this group. It's not going to be just teammates riding around, so expect them to make some moves here late in this race. I'm looking at the Navarro, Jones, and Maines group as the first to make a move that I see. And there they go. Andrew Navarro to the outside at the start-finish line. 14 laps to go from Talladega. It's MBG and Dale Cup against the Maines boys plus Andrew Navarro. And it's a big enough push to get Andrew Navarro all the way to the race lead in turns 1 and 2. Bottom is so disconnected right now. Karosik dropped off of Alex Hill, who dropped off of Nagels. It's going to allow Navarro to clear down in front of Cody Nagels in the 6. So new leader, the 42. But hold that thought. Dylan Jones going to lead with the help of Jason Maines. No help for them out there, though, and I don't expect there to be. With the rest of those guys on the bottom, here comes John Ward a little further back in the 92. He has caught this group, and Lima sees the urgency. They go even higher. The McCullough Motorsports trucks are here, and they are coming to the outside. And a second pit stop for Steve Karosik. A penalty, I believe, on the 27 of Steve Karosik, and that is a brutal blow. He's going to need a caution now to get back into this race. 3 wide up front, though. The McCullough boys have a big run. The 92 of John Ward pushed by Josh and Kenny McCullough up against the outside wall, and they're going to go all the way to the race lead. In fact, they all may get clear right here if Ward can get all the way down. He won't, but I think they're going to go first and second lanes. Nope, the Maines boys hang him out. Jones and Maines hang Ward in the middle. It's going to leave Ward to the help of Cody Nagels and Alex Hill. In the middle, up top now to be Josh and Kenny McCullough with Ryan Baste of OSM. So here we go. We're getting dicey at Talladega Superspeedway. Coming to 12 laps to go. Who wants it more? Top 5 are getting paid out in this race. And you can see how much it means. Bottom line, fading. Cody takes the gap. Ooh, close moment with Kenny McCullough and Josh McCullough. Big block by John Ward. He goes to the yellow line and throws a massive block on Cody Nagels. Josh McCullough gets clear to the middle. He takes the race lead. So McCullough Motorsports goes 1 and 2 here with 12 laps to go, and these guys are starting to get insane here inside 15 laps to go. We're starting to get the dicey racing we're used to seeing out of one of these big money races. John Ward still out front, pushed by Cody Nagels, Dylan Jones, and Jason Maines. Now Ward goes to the middle to pick up Josh McCullough, leaving Cody to lead the bottom. Here we go to the top, though. NBG and Dale Cup decide no longer to wait. Alex Hill, Zach Lima, Gabe Butler, they're going to hang the middle line. The middle line is stuck until they get some help. That's going to give Cody a free look at the race lead, and he takes it. Let's see if Alex Hill gets clear to the middle right here. Not quite. John Ward, a decent push from Josh McCullough. He stays close enough to not allow the 77 down in front. Nagels goes up in front of Ward. And that allowed Dylan Jones to pull to the race lead. This field bypasses Christian Martinez, an unknown issue on that truck as well. Michael Menchaca also off the lead lap, but up front it's all Dylan Jones and Cody Nagels. As the third line tries to get wound back up, Hill, Lima, and Butler. They've got the trucks to do it. Let's see if they actually get a chance. Ward actually peaked. I don't think he's going to be able to make that move in time. Through the tri-oval. To the line will be Cody Nagels leading. 10 laps to go from Talladega in the dash for the cash. As we've got 11 trucks in our lead group that are going to fight it out for 5 cash spots tonight. And yeah, great racing is right in the chat. It is great racing. Only 11 trucks in the front pack, but they are making it seem like it's 30. What a race we've got going up front. Now the third line is wound and rolling. Alex Hill gets even with his teammate Cody Nagels. He may go down right here in front of Dylan Jones. Nope, Ward beats him to it, and McCullough follows. Cody Nagels hung in the middle. Hill got contact with his teammate, and Alex Hill's in the outside wall. We keep it going. Oh, almost trouble, and trouble a little further back. Lima, Butler, and Hill are involved in the caution flag. Is going to fly with 10 laps to go from Talladega, and this is not what the leaders wanted to see at all. And this one is interesting. So you saw it. We will get a quick look here as you saw the start of the wreck as the third line had started to get wound up. We're actually going to have to back it up just a little bit further. So you see Cody gets hung in the middle. Alex Hill, I think, wants to jump in line. I think that's the whole goal, but he wasn't quite clear. He had gotten to the outside quarter panel of his teammate. He hits his teammate. They keep it straight. Hill bounces off the outside wall. We're all good. Still good. Still good through 1 and 2. It seems like we're going to all get through it. And I think as Butler and Lima, oh, that's some heavy right rear netcode, I believe, on the 77 and 26. But I think as Butler went to push Lima through it as they changed lanes, I don't think that Gabe Butler was quite ready for that push. Or, excuse me, to push Lima. Maybe got off center just a little bit. And, oh, man, big hit for Gabe Butler. He gets piled into by his teammate. All 4 tires off the ground on the 88 machine. And Butler slides to the apron. His truck heavily damaged, as is Zach Lima's. Alex Hill may be okay. He can repair a lot of damage, but, man, what a tough break for the Dale Cup guys. They were rolling, and just one split-second decision. Maybe you should have waited. You're probably getting a call out there from your teammate that says, you know, just go, just go, just go. You know, I'll get back to you. Maybe that didn't come through in time. Hill wanted to help his teammate. Obviously misjudged just a little bit. And as a result, Gabe Butler off the outside wall. For our first caution of the night, what a great race we've had up until that point, though. As we're inside 10 laps to go now, under our first caution of the night. It was great racing up front. Just one, maybe, decision you'd like to have back if you're Alex Hill. And it starts a chain reaction that unfortunately ends as the 88 gets sideways. And they all 3 are on pit road, as well as Bobby Forbes and Alejandro Montes de Oca. You just saw Michael Menchaca fly past the pace car. He's going to get back on the lead lap and be back in this. And that is a blessing for basically everyone that was not in that front group. So David Warner, Noah Turpak, Tucker McClendon, Blake Hutchinson, Jeremy Osborne, Joey Allen, that group back there that came to pit road later than the first group. They're right back in this race inside of 10 laps to go. So a new opportunity for them. As we will take a quick look here and see if these guys are going to try to get back on the racetrack. And it looks like they are. All 3 are going to opt to repair their damage, try to get back out on the racetrack. No fast repairs tonight to use. So instead they have to utilize getting their repairs done. All of their repairs done. You can repair a lot on these trucks like I just talked about a minute ago. So if you have even what you think is pretty bad damage, pretty severe damage, you can fix it and be back up to speed, be able to draft, be able to push. Your truck looks pretty well brand new once it's all the way repaired. So I'm not surprised to see those guys attempting to get back onto the racetrack. So we'll reset it for you here. Inside of 10 laps to go, the field's going to get 1 to go, I believe this time by John Ward. We saw him make a great move to the lead right before that caution. He will be our leader. Josh McCullough will go from second on this restart. Dylan Jones will be third. Cody Nagels will be fourth. And Jason Maines will round out your top 5. Just outside the top 5, you got Ryan Baste. Great run for the 73. Andrew Navarro looking to go not really back-to-back in races that I've called. Obviously, we'll have to mention that to him if he gets the job done tonight. Kenny McCullough is 8th. David Warner, Noah Turpak, that's a second chance for them. They're 9th and 10th. Expect them to make something happen on this restart. And all but Gabe Butler are back out on the racetrack. Gabe Butler still sitting on pit road. But Alex Hill, Zach Lima, they are back on the racing surface and ready to get it rolling once again. Want to take a second briefly here in this break under our first caution and thank everybody that's coming out. We got 20 people watching right now. How about that? These drivers certainly appreciate it. I certainly appreciate it. Appreciate you guys coming out and joining the festivities tonight. We'll look at the chat just briefly. Zach Range couldn't make it. Man, would have loved to have you out here. It's a great field. It's been a great race. Certainly hope that you've enjoyed watching it, though. Heath Job, let's go Mains. What's up, Heath? Good to see you. Your OSM boy is doing pretty well in P6 right now. Watch out for Ryan on this restart. He's solid. He's been itching for a big win. Tonight could be the night. And then we got Devin Ray. Devin, appreciate seeing you out here, man. Wish more was broadcasted, brother. Me too. Let me tell you. I love watching these guys. I wish more people could be able to get eyes on this. It's so fun to call it. It's so fun to watch it. It's so fun to race it. These guys deserve the spotlight. And these guys certainly do here for the last several laps of this race tonight. Restart coming up. Inside 10 laps to go for John Ward, the 92. Who's going to get it done? In Jimmy Crow's Dash for the Cash here on a Sunday night. Into the restart zone they come. Green flag is back in the air once again. And they are off and running towards turn number 1. Ward, what a great start for the 92. He jumps up in front of his teammate Josh McCullough. On the bottom, it leaves the mains crew of what I believe to be a crew of 3 to roll right to the race lead. Dylan Jones pushed by Jason Mains with the help of Andrew Navarro. They're going to jump up in front of Ward. Let's see a little further back. Cody was the first one I expected to move. He goes. And Ryan Baste goes with him. Do they get a third, though? They don't. So 2 trucks on the outside for now. They do not have a third. Not a whole lot going on up against the wall right now for Nagels and Baste. They have help coming, but it's going to be a minute. Up front, though, Jones went to the middle. Jason Mains to the race lead. So now Mains controlling both lanes, and Cody is stuck up against the wall. He jumps in line behind Ryan Baste. Coming to 5 laps to go. 2x2, 3x3 a little further back. Looking about Blake Hutchinson, Steve Karosik, that area. As Steve is coming to the front in a hurry. He's got Tucker McClendon with him. And they are going to make this an interesting race here inside 5 to go. Steve Karosik has arrived back at the front after the penalty on the green flag pit stop cycle. Alex Hill jockeying a little further back. Dylan Jones goes to the race lead in front of his teammate, Jason Mains. Keep an eye on David Warner, Noah Terpak. They're up in this front pack as well. Karosik is now locked on to his quasi-teammate, Cody Nagels. Let's see what they can do. Jeremy Osborne, Aubrey Thompson coming to the front as well. There they go. Baste. They baited him. Oh, trouble. Karosik got into the right side of Terpak. How in the world did the 51 keep that straight? I have no idea. As Steve went to clear back down with Cody, they baited Ryan Baste into going 3 wide and giving them an extra spot, and he took the bait. And Noah Terpak gets the brunt of that. To the outside goes Jones. To the far outside goes Josh McCullough. Kenny can't get up. Now he's forced to push Dylan Jones because Cody Nagels filled the gap. Far wide up against the wall as Nagels shuffles out Josh McCullough. Inside 4 laps to go, and now one of the 3 McCullough Motorsports teammates is shuffled and going backwards in a hurry. And the other 2 are separated. Ward on the bottom, McCullough second in the middle, Kenny that is, as he could not get up and push Josh McCullough right there. He tried, and Cody Nagels had filled the gap. Now the outside has help. The cavalry has arrived. 3 laps to go as they hit the line, and now the outside is rolling. 3x3, 4 rows deep. Who wants it more? Through turns 1 and 2 here at Talladega. Cody Nagels with the help of Steve Karosik. They want the race lead. Jones goes middle to bottom in front of John Ward. That leaves Kenny McCullough to lead the middle line. The top line led by Cody Nagels, and he might get clear to the middle. It's going to be awfully close. He will not. Good push by David Warner. Kenny goes to the bottom. That's going to leave the middle open for Cody Nagels. Shuffling at the front of the field. Inside 3 laps to go. a little further back, closer to those money spots. It's going to be 3 wide, I think, all the way to the line if we can make it that far. Now, out front alone is Kenny McCullough as he drops in front of Dylan Jones. 2 laps to go, 5.5 miles to decide who's going to win this one. Karosik had made some contact with David Warner. That's going to shuffle them just a little. More contact, trouble. David Warner is up and over. Karosik is in it, and the caution flag is out. We're wrecking still. Montez Diaca is in it. Aubrey Thompson, Alex Hill, Tucker McClendon, Bobby Forbes, Blake Hutchinson sliding to miss it. And we are going to re-rack the field once again. And it started when David Warner got out of shape. I got to go back further than this. We saw it happen live in front of Steve Karosik. Oh, boy. Oh, boy, yeah, it's a bad push off the bumper of Karosik, and Warner up and over on his lid, sliding across the bank, and Karosik gets turned a little further back by Jeremy Osborne. And they start to pile in. Oh, boy, Timothy Summers, Aubrey Thompson, Tucker McClendon, Montez Diaca. Thought he had it missed. Not a lot he could do. Here comes Alex Hill sliding in through the grass. Another couple trucks are in this one as well. Bobby Forbes nowhere to go as he gets caught up by Aubrey Thompson. Noah Turpak actually drove through the crash. He's going to be pretty well in the front of the field. But, boy, what an incident that was. Try to get one more look at it here. You see Aubrey Thompson here get turned. Oh, boy, Aubrey had it missed, too. I think all these guys had it missed, and as they all went for the same real estate, unfortunately, you can't have 3 trucks in one spot at once. Blake Hutchinson, you see him dive out of the way. Christian Martinez as well. Oh, and another wreck there late as Hill got a piece of Tucker McClendon. So, yikes. A late race incident. We're going to go to a green-white checkered late in this one. So we get back to live action here inside of 2 laps to go in the regulation distance. That means we're going to have to use an attempt at overtime. And so we will re-rack the field once again. It's unfortunate. That was getting really good at the front. That was really intense racing at the front of the field right there. A lot of dicing, a lot of, who do I help? Who do I not help? Where do I make the move? Where do I stay in line? A lot of decisions. And it's been great racing for the most part all night. Excuse me. It's gotten a little bit sloppy here inside of about 10 laps to go, but nonetheless, we're going to finish this out. And so up front, Kenny McCullough would love to get a win here tonight in Dash for the Cash. Well, everybody would, but great win it would be for Kenny. Dylan Jones is up here as well as John Ward. He runs 3rd. Cody Nagels and Jason Maines round out your top 5. Obviously, guys that are no stranger to winning these races. Ryan Baste, what an effort it would be out of him. He just narrowly escaped that wreck. He'd like to go up and win this one for OSM. Andrew Navarro, we already talked about him a little bit. The defending PGR Thursday night heat winner. And then you got some guys that are going to probably just try to go for it right here, just kind of lay it all on the line. Timothy Summers, Noah Turpak, Michael Menchaca, Josh McCullough, Blake Hutchinson, Joey Allen, Bobby Forbes a little further back, that are just going to kind of have to make a move immediately. They're not going to have time to wait on this restart. You're going to have to go for it. 2 laps to go. 2 laps is not a long time. If we make it to the white flag, especially, if anything unfolds, this race is over. So once we get to the white flag, it's official. Whoever crosses the line in spots 1 through 5 is going to make some money tonight. And here we go. Field's going to get re-racked. We'll see. Kenny looks to be taking the bottom, and that would be the smart choice in front of his teammate John Ward. Able to coordinate that restart a little bit. And so outside of them, it will be Dylan Jones and Cody Nagels. Jason Maines, the third on the inside, third on the outside will be Ryan Baste. So here we go. We're going to re-rack them, restack them for our first attempt at overtime this evening in the dash for the cash. We'll take one more brief look at the chat here before we get going for our first attempt at a green-white checkered. Again, appreciate everybody coming out. Like I said, be loud. Let us know who you're rooting for. I love it. These guys love it when they go back and watch. They love to see the support. So let us know who you're rooting for on this restart. Who you think is going to get it done? It could be really anybody in this field that has a clean truck. I mean, we've seen it before. You know, a big wreck on the last lap. All of a sudden, somebody that maybe doesn't expect to win or even make money gets an unlikely victory. So unpredictability going to be the key on this restart. As we got Aubrey Thompson in the chat. Yeah, that's how super speedway racing is. It gives and it takes. Sometimes you have the greatest luck span of your iRacing career, and then the next couple of weeks can be just painfully brutal. And it's how unforgiving super speedway racing can be, but also how rewarding it can be when you get out of that slump and get it done. And certainly some guys in this field looking to do just that, looking to break their way onto the scene. We got a Timothy Summers fan in the chat. He's in a good spot right here to make some money, just outside those money spots, but in a pretty good spot. He's got a lot of options on this restart, and he's got a lot of help behind him. We'll see what he can get done in the 23 on that outside line. Pace car is down. First attempt at a green-white checkered finish in Jimmy Crow's dash for the cash. Kenny McCullough will have the field with his teammate not Jason Maines. He's a little further back. John Ward on the inside. And Dylan Jones looks to steal one away. 2 laps to go. Green flag back in the air. We're back underway at Talladega. That's a great restart from Dylan Jones. Cody Nagels immediately to his back bumper, so dead even drag race away into turn number 1. Kenny McCullough drives just a little bit out front, puts his nose out front just for the time being, but wow, a heavy side draft from Dylan Jones. I got to be careful. Ryan Baste goes 3 wide immediately. Nobody goes to his aid. The middle line stays together, but it's going to stall him for a moment. Kenny McCullough goes bottom to middle. Ward almost followed him up. Some contact between the 92 and the 11. Here comes John Ward to the inside, the outside. Now has to contest Kenny McCullough if they want any hope of beating him. About a 9-truck breakaway at the front of the field. And then some guys further back. I don't know if they'll get a chance. Almost trouble. Contact between the 11 and the 92. They have to come back up the racetrack 4 wide. Contact between Nagels and Jones now as John Ward drives through the race lead. White flag. We're going to finish it right here. 1 lap to go from Talladega. How did John Ward and Kenny McCullough keep the lead right there? I have no idea. Regardless, they get clear. Noah Terpak is in this. He's second on the inside line. He's driven all the way through the field all of a sudden. Don't look now. We got some guys up. Joey Allen has made his way in as well. Alex Hill through the middle. I don't think he's going to have time, but he's trying it regardless as he splits Navarro a little further back. Kenny McCullough to the race lead and to the bottom. That's going to leave the outside for Cody Nagels. Can Cody get a good run through 3 and 4? Can he get a good push? McCullough up to block. Through 3 and 4. Now John Ward back to the bottom with Noah Terpak. Don't expect much movement from them. Let's see if Cody goes for it right here. Cody's got to go now. He's either got to pick to go top or he's got to go to the middle. And it's not going to happen. Through the tri-oval, scrambling a little further back. Trouble a little further back. Kenny McCullough wins the dash for the cash. So catch your breath. What a great finish it was. In the dash for the cash race, we will get a brief look at what happened a little further back in the field once Kenny gets a chance to celebrate here. We'll let him come around. What a race it was tonight in the dash for the cash. A 1-3 finish, 1-3-4 finish from McCullough Motorsports. Kenny, John Ward, and Josh McCullough. What a run out of those guys. What a moment at the end of the race. I have no idea coming to the white flag how they caught those trucks and stayed out front. Regardless, they did. And so Kenny will get a chance here to burn it down. Josh is going to come along with him. As Kenny McCullough is your winner tonight from Talladega Superspeedway. A little further back, looking at your top 5, the money spots. Cody Nagels finishes second tonight. He will cash John Ward as well. We already talked about Josh McCullough as well. And Noah Terpak, how about that out of the 51? They pit late. They get a caution to bring him back into the field. He drives through the last wreck and cashes tonight in the dash for the cash. What a moment for the driver of the 51 machine. Well, we'll get you a quick look here at what happened late in this race as we approach the checkered flag. As I'm trying to get a decent replay of it, I think it was Bobby Forbes at, well, maybe not. It was a little further up, and I was up here right around those guys that were 3 wide on the last lap. Something happens here, I think right around Ryan Baste, perhaps. No, maybe not. We came off turn 4. I said it was definitely a bright red truck that got around. I'm pretty sure it was Ryan Baste. Perhaps it was a little further back. Oh, it was Ryan Baste off the bumper of Dylan Jones. You saw it right there. And not really 100% sure what the cause of this one is. I think it's just kind of close racing on the last lap. Oh, it's right rear net code, I think. I think Baste maybe was trying to miss the 0.5. They were not quite together yet. And then they're hooked together, and all of a sudden 73 goes sideways. Collects Dylan Jones. So a tough break for those guys. We're going to get a chance right quick to talk to your top 3, I believe. We'll see if we've got them, and we can get a word in with them. We're going to start, as always, with your third-place driver and work our way up. And we've already got him in here. Mr. John Ward is Dawson up in the booth. You got a copy? Wow, what a heck of a race. What a heck of an effort out of McCullough Motorsports tonight. You guys come home 1, 3, and 4, but you come home in position number 3. Kind of take us through your race. How you feeling? Yeah, it was, and kind of take us through right at the white flag. We saw you and Kenny and a couple other guys get sideways. I was raving about it up here. How did you guys keep the truck straight there? How did you guys not wreck coming to the white flag? Yeah, you guys made it through. You come home with an incredible effort, like you said, for your team. And with that third-place effort, anybody you want to thank? All right, well, congrats again on that third-place finish, and thanks for talking to us. That's third-place finisher, Mr. John Ward. We'll move next to our next step of the podium. We'll get him in here. That's Mr. Cody Nagels in the 6. Hey, Cody, it's Dawson up in the booth. You got a copy? All right, well, a great race for you guys tonight. Some great racing up front. You cycle through it and get home in second. How you feeling right now? No, you certainly can, and obviously it's a great effort for you. You personally, you said your teammates got caught up in something. Kind of take us through some of that racing up front, man. What a race! I mean, with some great racing up front. Sorry about that. I didn't mean to cut you off, but some great racing up front to kind of take us through what the mindset was. Yeah, it is, and certainly you did just that tonight. You come home in position number 2. Anybody you want to thank for that effort? All right, well, congrats on that second place finish. Thanks for talking to us. All right, that's your second place finisher, Cody Nagels. That leaves us with only one guy. We've already got him in here with us. Hey, Kenny, it's Dawson up in the booth. You got a copy? Wow, what an effort out of you guys tonight. You come home with a huge win. You guys looked really good up front, really sporty looking McCullough Motorsports trucks. Kind of take us through your night and how you got to victory lane. Yeah, and we heard John talking a little bit about that incident late in that race, and you guys got through it. You guys were able to get through it. But I want to go back a little bit further to the pit stop. I kind of want to go through, what was the communication on that pit cycle, because we saw some guys separate, and just kind of give the people an idea of how a pit cycle works when you don't have communication with everybody on the racetrack. Everybody's working with a team. Just kind of take everybody through, how you choose when to pit, and obviously how you react when somebody else pits without calling it out.
Pushing. Just got to pit with the guys and hope you get off pit road with a really good stop. I actually kind of botched mine a little bit, being a little too cautious, and my teammates drug back to me and picked me back up, and we was able to run back to the front. Teammates did a hell of a job tonight.
Yeah, they did, and you did as well. And with that, victory lane tonight for you. Anybody you want to thank?
Got to thank Cody. Cody did a hell of a job pushing me there. I knew he didn't have no teammates. I knew he had to stick with me. I know if he had some guys behind him, he'd have probably went around me. But thanks to him, and thanks for Jimmy for putting these things on. Thank you for doing the broadcast.
All righty. Well, we appreciate you talking to us. Congrats on that huge win. We'll see you next time.
Yeah, thank you, buddy.
And that is your winner, Mr. Kenny McCullough Jr. tonight from Talladega. And that is going to do it for me here from the Dash for the Cash. What a race it was. I hope you all have enjoyed. Certainly, I enjoyed being up here. And what a great night of racing it was. So, next up on tap in about a little less than an hour, right back here on Ghost Racing Network. Tune back in. I'll be covering the NSRA Sunday Select Series, race number 3 from Talladega Superspeedway. There'll be 80 laps in the Xfinity Series cars. Right back here on this same channel. We'll be going live a little bit before 9 o'clock to get some pre-race insight from some of the guys running in that race. I want to thank Jimmy for putting this on as always. What a great night it was. Thank you all for tuning in. Hope to see you right back here for NSRA here in about 60 minutes on the East Coast, about 9 o'clock Eastern. Hope to see you.